Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. I truly do recall that she cut you off. Right. She cut you. She edited out what you needed to say. Essentially, alright, that is what the main thing really was. That was the main time I was on over okay, and afterward, regardless of whether we get welcomed back. Did you call? Did you call? How about you alter me? Oprah, no, I didn't except for we basically made up from that point forward, man. Like I've conversed with her via telephone, all that's cool. I might want to get welcomed back, however, okay. When is her show going to be experienced? That is the issue. Live without being, alter landed. Even purchased a plane. That was what I needed the most. Next large thing that I would need to purchase. What do I need? That I don't have men's well-being. I need to purchase a men's well-being magazine. That is the thing I will do. We as a whole expertise, the truism goes everyone loves Oprah. Yet does Oprah love everyone? Not really, and one individuals who can vouch for that is the unbelievable rapper silly, as per over-the-top TV darling Oprah Winfrey, appreciates embarrassing in others. Particularly dark specialists, she benefits from it. So what's the arrangement? Is there more going on behind the scenes we should find out? Ridiculous is an effective rapper and entertainer with many hits added to his repertoire. His presentation collection back, interestingly, was one of the rap extends that gave a legitimate voice to the city of Atlanta. Interestingly, his work under the D-Jam South name, with his group Upsetting the Peace, assumed a gigantic part in carrying the Filthy South experience to the rest of the U.S. and the world. Ridiculous was, despite everything, is a fundamental figure in Atlanta's road culture, separated from his melodic accomplishments. Outrageous is likewise a refined entertainer. One of the motion pictures he highlighted in is the 2004 film Crash. During the advancement of Crash, Preposterous showed up on an episode of The Oprah Winfrey Show, and he and Oprah examined numerous things incorporating the film. However, in this video, Outrageous is seen griping about the treatment he got from Oprah during the occasion. You realize I was there for an accident for the film, no doubt. And fundamentally, she expressed something about not concurring with my music. Yet she figured it did perfect in the film, and of course I was up there with the entire cast of Crash. Thus I didn't really felt like that should have been said. You realize you disagreed with my music. And regardless of whether you concur with specific melodies, I may say you disagree with specific tunes. Don't say you simply disagree with the entirety of my music, right? So it was a great deal of remarks that entirely you realize she had the option to express out loud whatever she said, and afterward I had my reply. And when I saw the last show, her CH cutcomers were in, there was in there, yet yours weren't in there. Mine weren't in there, so it recently looked like I sort of took it. He guaranteed that in the background Oprah began chastening and reprimanding him for involving overly critical language in his music, which caused him to feel like Oprah was making a decision about him. Rap culture includes the utilization of certain slurs that can be viewed as disparaging when utilized outside any connection to the issue at hand. Still, for rappers like Ludacris, ordinarily about their craft and a way for them to articulate their thoughts. In a meeting with GQ, Crazy discussed how he didn't partake in his meeting with Oprah at all expression. She altered out a great deal of my remarks while keeping her own. And obviously it's her show, yet we were doing a show on racial separation, and she gave me trouble as a rapper when I came on there as an entertainer. I mean, he's right, he was on the show fundamentally due to the film Crash. So for what reason was Oprah pounding on his music? Crazy likewise discussed how Oprah didn't quit chiding him even after they had wrapped up shooting the episode. He said after the taping she maneuvered me into a room and we had a 5-minute discussion. What I got was that by having rappers on her show, she feels like she is enabling them, engaging them. Actually, the facts really confirm that Oprah has a colossal stage and a large number of individuals tune into her shows, however feeling she is engaging a cultivated craftsman like Crazy was, and around then is perhaps somewhat of an arrive at. In synopsis, Outrageous said he felt unwanted and entirely awkward with Oprah. He completed that interview, saying it was like being at somebody's home who doesn't actually need you there. At that point, awkward and ridiculous isn't the main rapper that has approached with their detest for Oprah. Another rapper who has had a public beef with Oprah is 50 Penny. When 50 was coming up, he figured it would be really smart to show up on the Oprah show to give himself more open. It would have implied a ton for a roadman at last to take care of business, and it would have made a big difference to his grandma, a gigantic enthusiast of Oprah, to see her grandson accomplishing something good. Yet when 50 pitched to Oprah, she was not having it in that frame of mind. Oprah was totally against all that his music represented on the grounds that she felt it was excessively brutal and misanthropic. She did not have any desire to stage him. He said she was totally against everything that was in my music, so she ain't truly going to have me on that show. I'm never going to arrive at that stage, which is an affirmation of you being a tremendous outcome. Obviously, it is her show, and Oprah doesn't need to acknowledge each and every individual who needs to be on it. However, from defaming Crazy to his face and absolutely dismissing 50 Penny in view of their music, I'm certain you're beginning to see an example. 50 Penny concluded that since Oprah was not able to be companions with him, he was cool with being foes. Their hamburger became public, and 50 scrutinized her and her fanbase freely. He likewise named one of his canines. Oprah, they did ultimately become companions in some measure on a superficial level. Yet 50 always remembered how Oprah scorned him right when he was an ex-street pharmacist who had been shot multiple times before notoriety required him the most. He expounded on his whole involvement with his book hustle, harder hustle, and more brilliant. His concern with how Oprah acted was that she neglected to see things according to his perspective, and on second thought, passed judgment on him from a higher moral ground. Truly, 50 was a young fellow brought into the world in a vicious climate endeavoring to swindle the framework and make it out the hood. Yet in run-of-the-mill Oprah style, she slammed him and called his work useless, and he thusly complained and went 50 on her idiom that she just attempts to. Engage white. More seasoned ladies. Sneak Home Slice has additionally had a lot to say about Oprah, particularly after this clasp highlighting Oprah's best buds Gayle Lord. She would have been in the WNBA. It's been said that his heritage is confounded in light of the attack charge, which was excused in 2003 and 2004. Is it muddled for you as a lady as a WNBA player on her CBS toward the beginning of today's interview? With Lisa Leslie surfaced the clasp show's Gayle requesting. Lisa won from the late Kobe Bryant's dear companions in the event that the C allegation against him discolored his heritage, and how Lisa had an outlook on that as a lady. Gayle got a ton of intensity for that video, particularly from individuals like Boozy 50 Penny and Sneak Canine, who accepted she was superfluously attempting to toast soil on Kobe, standing scarcely 7 days after he died. Not long after Gayle Ruler's video surfaced, another video showed Oprah separating in tears as she attempted to safeguard her best pal. Then Oprah started to get heat for that too, with individuals calling her phony. Woke Sneak obviously had a remark about Oprah. He took to Instagram to post a comfortable image of Oprah with Harvey Weinstein, a known paper guilty party, and subtitled it did that phony throb Michael Jackson bees to discolor his name with them, lying as children, and here she is with a realized essayist, grinning and chuckling. He likewise posted an image of Oprah with Joa Shira, otherwise called John of God. He was a previous Brazilian otherworldly healer, indicted and condemned to more than 118 years for saying his female supporters before the paper charges. Oprah profiled this supposed profound pioneer, which put him on the map. In any case, she appreciated his conversation, such a lot of that she even called him her #1 otherworldly healer in Sneak's post calling Oprah out for false reverence. He subtitled them. Photograph of Oprah and John of God with we holding up. When or is it just blacks that you all need to talk with and discolor they notoriety over allegations? Fundamentally, he was calling her out for white men blamed and sentenced for say-ass while simultaneously tainting individuals of colors. Appearances over say charges. Oprah's propensity for platforming individuals she loved, paying little mind to how they had treated others, uncovered itself again when she welcomed Monique's sibling and mom to her show. Monique, an Oscar-winning jokester, discussed how she felt deceived by Oprah's choice to welcome her family to her show, regardless of all that Monique had told her in a confidential need to be on the show and discuss him with me, and he needed to advise different guardians on how to pay special attention to my sibling. Gerald is a charmer, so my brain believed it was on the grounds that she said, "Would you like to come on?" I said, "I don't believe anything should have to do with that feline." I said, "Nigair, I know it depends on a trick, yet individuals can change, and who am I to say he hasn't transformed? It could truly be unique, so I would rather not hinder."